From Zealand then, and I am outside today because it's too glorious to really be anywhere else, so hopefully there's no dogs barking or wild animals popping in for a visit or tame ones or whatever else. So I've just finished the fascial stretch series, and this is the first video I've done in a while that's on something else. So I was trying to think about the one thing that I really wanted to talk to you about that was something really important and big, and I decided that I wanted to talk today about the spine. There is a few sayings out there, and some of you might have heard them. You're only as flexible as your spine, or you're only as happy as your spine is. So with that in mind, because it is really the center of who you are, I'm going to give you a practice that I do every single morning, and it's not necessarily in the same way, but it's all about moving the spine. So it's moving the spine in all its ranges of motion, and there's three key things to think about there. So it's what we call flexion and extension. So it's this kind of a motion, and I'll go through a flow where I put that into a flow for you in a minute. It's the lateral motion, so side to side, and then also a twist, so both directions in the twist. So if you wake up every morning and you move your spine in all of those three directions, you're really doing it a favor and looking to extend your mobility and flexibility and just a state of happiness. Back issues are something that almost everybody at some point in their life comes into a bit of back pain, and this will help keep that at bay. So with that in mind, I'm just going to go through an all fours practice for the spine, keeping in mind staying outside of yellow light. So if this practice doesn't work for you, there's tons of different ways that you can move the spine in those three ranges of motion. Just get creative, find what works for you. So I'm going to start on all fours and doing a common posture that almost all of us do, and if we've done yoga before. So it's the cat and cow, and generally we move with our breath. So we start with the spine in a neutral place, so it's not the hammock spine down here, but that sort of long spine here. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and then taking that inhale and dropping the belly button down to the ground and letting the eyes come to the sky, and I can see the sky, which is lovely. And then taking that roll, tucking the belly button into the spine, and letting the eyes come down. So getting a little bit of movement, and I like to talk about rolling through the spine, not just hinging from a point. So really try to explore that roll. Maybe start from the lower back a few times, and then start from the head a few times. Just explore that. And then the side to side motion, I call this like a puppy dog looking at his tail. So just arcing laterally, one way and the other, back and forth. You can spend as much time on this as you like. And then I've been adding a little bit of hip circles here just for the fun, just for the lumbar spine. Rocking back and forth, maybe just discovering different motions. You know how an animal sort of wakes up and does a little bit of a stretch on all fours. This is what you're doing. So the last thing, we've gone through the two ranges of motion, the lateral and the flexion and extension, is the twist. So I like to place one hand a little bit closer to the center of the mat, let the other hand send up, heart to the sky again, nice and bright, and then thread the needle. Let that hand go through that hole you've created, and then maybe resting the side of the body down on the ground. Your option if you'd like to place your hand on your low back here, or look at into your pant. Another option here is to have a pillow or something if your head doesn't come comfortably down, so create a little bit of support in this space. And then you'd want to do that on the other side, so you're going to lose face here, coming up, and then sliding down, and maybe you come to the side. I have my shades on, and if you like, wrapping that hand around and just resting here as much as or as long as it feels right. So that's just a really super quick sequence for the spine. You can do it a ton of other ways. Even when I demoed it when I was seated, I went through it all. So just that flexion, extension, here's the twist, here's the arc through the side. You can do the same thing standing, right? So whatever's convenient. It takes like 2 minutes to go through all those ranges of motion. Great thing to do first thing in the morning. If you come to any of my live classes, my live yoga classes, you will do that whether you're aware of it or not before we do almost anything else. So yeah, just a little bit of fun, a yoga practice that I think is really key for you to spend a little bit of time on every day. Keep that spine nice and long and tall and mobile. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed the sunshine out here as much as I did. And maybe you hear the truck backing up, I don't know. Anyway, namaste. Thank you for sharing your practice today with me. And I don't think I did say, but yeah, it's Zoe from Zealand Zen. Bye-bye.